FCS parents. It is Thursday, and more importantly, it is the Thursday before Easter break. That's right. We only have a few hours left here at school. I can tell you we've already lost half the kids. But we're trying to hold them together, trying to get that last bit of education into them before we leave for Easter break. Tomorrow, March 30th, we have no school, so don't bring your kids. They'll show up here. We won't be here. Tomorrow is Good Friday, so we take Good Friday off, and then obviously Easter weekend, and then the following week completely off. So we will return back to school on April 9th. Be sure you're aware of that. Starting today is our last day of school until April 9th. Now, along with that, besides Easter break coming up, by the way, hopefully you guys have a great Easter celebration. Invite somebody to church with you on Easter Sunday. The Easter for Christians, it should be bigger than Christmas. This is important. The death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ is the most important point in history, the most important point in history of all time. So please make sure that you're celebrating this in your own way, at your own church, but invite somebody, because that's the whole point, right? We want to draw more people into the kingdom of God. So invite somebody to church this Sunday, and hopefully the kids will enjoy their entire week off during Easter break. But coming back from that, we've got a lot of stuff going on. I know I tend to say that a lot, but we do have a lot of stuff going on. So first of all, we have a great opportunity for our high school kids. There's what they call the Black Light Prom. Now, this is being put on by the Napa Valley Home Educators. They're actually a Christian group, and they're putting together a prom for many of their homeschool students, and they've invited us to be a part of that. Now, in the years past, we have done a formal for our students, but this year, due to some lack of interest and just not being cost effective for us to put that on this year, we were not going to do that. But the Napa Valley Home Educators, they approached us and invited our kids to attend, and it's right here in Fairfield at Paradise Valley. So it's very close and easy for them to attend. So they've extended an invitation to our kids to join them there. So the kids have information. I passed that out the other day. Look for an email from Ashley from here in the office about details. They did change the date in terms of when that the permission slips and the money is due. So make sure you look out for an email from Ashley about that information so that you can get the latest updated information. I believe that we're going to actually, I believe I told the kids the 13th was the deadline. I believe that's been moved up to the 9th. So again, make sure you pay attention to the email from Ashley from the office to give the details on the information for the prom, the Blacklight Prom that you guys are able to attend. For you parents, most of their rules are exactly like our rules, and if they aren't exactly like our rules, they are very, very similar to our rules in terms of dress and attire and conduct and all that sort of thing. So we aren't putting it on, but it will be run very similar to the way we've run our formals in the past. So if you're a parent of a high school student, keep that in mind. We've also got some dates to help us out for our Mary Poppins production. So on April 7th, here on campus, we're going to have a building, they call it a building party. And you're going to be helping build sets and props for the production. I know some of you have signed up for that. That will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on April 7th here on campus. That's the building party. And then on April 14th, same times, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., that's the painting party. And you'll be painting a lot of those sets and props and things like that. So if you need more information about that, get in contact with Mrs. Strickland or Miss Viana, and they can hook you up with the information you need to do that. But they will be here on campus April 7th and April 14th. Those are Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to both build sets and props and to paint sets and props. So if you're interested in that, you can earn fish hours for that as a parent, and it'll help us greatly in terms of getting things ready for our production. Also be aware, April 10th, so that's the second day that we're back from Easter break, that's picture day. So make sure your kids are dressed in their nicest attire. We'll relax the dress code for that day, but make sure the kids are dressed in their nice attire for pictures, and the kids will come here, they'll take their pictures here at the school, and you parents will get those pictures back, and you'll fawn over your children, and it'll be just a lovely situation. So that's coming up as well. And then obviously we've got a bunch of other stuff coming up towards the end of the school year that we'll get more information to you about as we get a little bit closer to those things. Something that I do want to bring up to you as parents is something that's been coming up in the classrooms, in actually multiple classrooms with multiple age ranges, and that is the content that kids are viewing on their computers when they're not here at school. In one of our lower elementary classes, the name of a game came up in that class, and when asked who knows about this game, a majority of the students raised their hand. This was very disturbing to me as a parent, as a Christian, as an educator, because there's no way this game, and there's no way any of our kids should be playing this game, let alone lower elementary students. The game is called Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, the name itself is kind of innocuous, doesn't really mean a whole lot. And the game looks very cartoony. It would appeal to younger children. But this game has to do with demons. It has to do with human sacrifice. One of the characters in the game forces the other characters to bow down and worship him as a deity. There's human possession. There's a deformed and malicious angel in this game. This game is bad news. And if your children are playing this game, or if they know about this game, as a parent, you need to cut that off. And as parents, please, I implore you, make sure you are fully aware at all times of what your kids are accessing on the internet. At no time should a child ever have internet access in their bedroom or in any private place. Internet access should always be in a public area of the home, like a family room, living room, kitchen, dining room, where it can constantly be monitored. Please check your children's browser history. Know where they've gone. Know what they've looked at. Make sure you're talking to their kids about the things that they're viewing on the internet, the people they're interacting with on the internet. Please make sure you know what TV shows they're watching, what movies they're watching. As parents, you have to be aware of this. There is so much out there that these kids have access to these days. As parents, we have to monitor it all the time. I just read a study just today that the onset for pornography with children is now 8 years of age. The onset for addiction to pornography is now 11 years of age. That is ridiculous. We cannot have our kids having access to these types of things, and as parents, we have to be able to monitor that kind of stuff. Here at school, we do that with our filter, we do that with our teachers in the classroom monitoring the computers. At home, I need you as parents to do the exact same thing for the protection of your children. Kids cannot unsee what they've already seen. Please make sure, when they have a game they're playing, please make sure you know exactly what's in the game because you have actually been in the game and played it as well. I've also heard issues where games start off, the first several levels are fine and they're kind of innocent, but as the game continues, things get much more evil and malicious in the game as the game continues. So even if the beginning of the game seems nice, make sure you check in on that game and make sure things are still going the way you want them to go. Make sure you're aware of everything your kids are interacting with on the internet, on the computer, in the home. I want to protect these kids as much as possible, and I know you do as well. Okay, we do have a great break coming up, 10 days during Easter break, and so the kids are highly anticipating having a good time over this break. I know as teachers, it's time for us to kind of recoup and reset before the end of the year because it will be a sprint to the end of the year. We get back from Easter break, we only have 7 weeks left. That's it. And then we're done with the school year. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. If you guys have any questions about anything, please make sure you check your weekly emails. Let's Go Home every Sunday. Please contact us in the office if you have any questions about anything. Also, one last thing, Mary Poppins tickets, those are still on sale. The price for the VIP tickets goes up after Easter break. So if you want that lower price, get in touch with us as soon as possible to get that lower price on those VIP tickets. It's going to be a great finish to the end of the year. I'm looking forward to everything God has in store for us. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Hope we have a great Easter break, and I will see you guys real soon.